some of you guys may have seen this, some of you guys may have not. If you follow us on Instagram or social media, you definitely saw this, but if you didn't, here you go. So this is our brand new 2026 Chevy 2500. Newest addition to the fleet. Now, obviously we had to go with the Crowley Pool Blue. So the biggest feature on this is obviously what's on the front. For you longtime followers on the channel, I always get beaten up in the comments about our plows. I've always had straight blade plows. Well, guess what? We have an XV2 V-plow. So the good thing about this is the Fleet Flex. Any of you guys that have Fisher plows, you probably know most of the Fisher are all Fleet Flex. They can go on any truck that has the same setup. So if I wanted to, I could put this plow on any of my other trucks, which is awesome. So if I wanted to put this on a dump truck or our white truck or any of the other trucks, this plow can go on those trucks, and vice versa. I could put a straight blade, one of the other truck plows, on this truck if I wanted to. So but that was kind of one of the key things. Like, I figured if I'm buying a new truck, I'm putting a V-plow on it. But I'm very excited for this. I've never owned a Chevy. I've always been a Ford guy. You guys follow the channel for a while, you know all of our trucks are Ford. Never had a Chevy truck. And I've had this now going on almost a month, give or take, probably 3 weeks, month, I don't even know. And probably put about 1,000 miles on it so far, so not a ton. But I'm already liking it. I really am. Obviously, I'm used to Ford trucks, but kind of just wanted to show in this video, you know, a little bit about the truck, kind of why we bought it, and just kind of run you guys through it real quick. I know you guys really like the equipment on the channel, so I figured this would be a really good video for you guys. So obviously, starting here at the front, the V-plow, the XV2 was the biggest feature. No matter what truck I bought, I was putting one of these on. And I've talked about it for years on the channel. We'd be upgrading plows, and didn't do it last year, didn't do it the year before. Well, I finally did it. So, didn't upgrade all plows. This is the only one so far, but I've never run a V-plow. So, the first storm or two is going to be interesting trying to figure it out. It's not that hard. It's the same controller as the other ones, just has the wings. And I'll show in a few minutes. I'll get the truck started and I'll show you guys the plow in operation. Just gonna be a little bit of a learning curve for me, but heard nothing but good things from most people. But basically, this is just your standard Chevy 2500 truck. I think this is the custom version. It's got the black trim, so it's got black bumpers, black wheels, and a lot of features I like about it that I didn't have on any of my Fords. Obviously my Ford trucks were all kind of work trucks, basic ones. I didn't really splurge on, you know, all the extra features, but I do like how there's the steps on the bumper here, steps on the side so I can get in the back of the truck. That's huge. We put a rail on so we can get in and out easier. That's definitely helpful. I like how the tailgate, I got the switch on the key here. And I also was switching the cab so the tailgate will go down automatically. It's the little things, you know. We did a spray-in bed liner on this, just obviously to help with the salt. Don't get anything in there yet. I obviously have my toolbox. Just did a service call. I got my hockey sticks, but I don't know what I'm going to do back here yet, if I'm going to put a toolbox or just leave it. Back rack, I honestly don't know. I haven't figured that out yet. So we'll get to that when we get there. It does have a backup camera too, which is nice. I'm not used to that. You know, none of my other trucks had that, so I still use the mirrors like you're supposed to. But the biggest thing, obviously, why I bought it, for those that watched about 3 videos ago, probably at this time, I did a little explaining where we've been all summer. I had a baby. Well, I didn't have a baby. My wife had a baby over the summer. We were expecting, and we had the baby in July. So I needed something to put a baby in. My other trucks, my other blue truck had a small back seat, but it wouldn't fit a baby seat. So the biggest reason why I bought this truck, honestly, was the back seat here. And that sun's bright. So obviously we got the baby seat over there. That's really why I bought this, because it's got all the room back here. The Fords had a decent back seat. I looked at one of them, but like, this is to the point I could put these seats up and I could sleep back here during snowstorms. Not out of the question. I actually might do that. I don't know. But I could probably put a small little air mattress back there. Let me get this thing started real quick. Obviously got to push to start. I didn't have that in my other trucks either. So all my Ford trucks are, a little backstory if you're new to the channel, I have a 2016, 2017, and a 2019. So they're all pre-2020 COVID era. And they're all old school, put the key in, turn it. No screens, no nothing. So obviously all the trucks nowadays, and if had this for a while, but this is all a first for me, which is great. But this package here, it's the custom package. If you know anything about Chevys, it's kind of their base model. So all the screen up here is all very basic. You know, it's all just your regular needles and dials, you know, your trip, all that kind of stuff. You can show your speed. It's not the whole screen. So there is another model which was a lot more expensive. Basically you get a bigger screen, you know, some more features, but this is really all I needed. You know, it's got the old school radio, a lot of just old school touch buttons. You know, it's basic, very basic, and I didn't need anything fancy. The biggest thing, obviously, it's got the Apple CarPlay for my phone, which I'll see if I can hook it up. You know, we can pull the GPS, I can, you know, text and all that kind of stuff. That's huge for running the business. It's not working right now, but that is huge. I didn't have that in any of my other trucks. I know you guys are probably like, what the heck's up with this kid? He has no, you know, technology or anything. But like I said, all my other trucks, if you've been following the channel for a while, you know the other trucks. They're all older. They never had this type of, you know, they had all the basic technology. So, you know, obviously you could hook your phone up to the music for the radio. You could Bluetooth a call, but you know, there wasn't a lot of, you know, texting and stuff like that. So this is nice. I like it because I obviously run a business. I have two phones. I have my personal phone, you know, which the guys call me on, the wife calls me on, all that kind of stuff, and then I have the business phone. So I actually have them both hooked up to the truck, so when they're both ringing with the other trucks, one could be hooked up at a time. This one I have both hooked up, so like if the business phone's ringing or I'm getting a text on the business phone, I can answer it, you know. Vice versa, if I hang up that phone call and then my personal phone rings, I can answer it. So that's been huge, you know, being able to just do calls on the fly or text messages on the fly, especially with customers. That makes a huge difference. And that was a lot of too why I wanted a truck like this, because this is basically my mobile office when we're busy, especially during snowstorms, you know. I'll have my laptop right here in the middle, you know, and I'll be doing my work on it. And same thing during pool season, you know, I'll be working in this truck a lot. A lot of work gets done from the seat of my truck, even my old truck. So, but a lot of you guys are probably like, what the heck's wrong with this kid? And I'll show you at some point in another video when we get to the shop and we start showing all the other trucks if you're new to the channel. What I'm talking about is they're all base model Fords, you know, older, you know, 2016, 2017, and a 2019. So they're all older. Even our van's a 2019, I think, or 2018. So everything's pre-2020. This is the first truck that's, you know, obviously this is a 2026. So, but basically as far as the cab here, it's basic, you know, I got room here, you know, glove box, put my laptop, you know, do my work on, got my iPad, charge everything up. I put my dash cam in here. We're actually running dash cams in every single truck now. Just in case. This is also going to be good for plowing, you know, so as we're plowing, if there's any questions that we didn't come or whatever, you can't deny that we weren't there, you know what I mean? So that's going to be awesome. And then obviously, like I said, the back seat's huge, you know, plenty of room back there. That's really about it. And it's obviously got the 4 windows, which my other trucks didn't. It only had the 2 front ones. So, but very basic. Doesn't even have the controls here. It's just got the, you know, set for the speed, cruise control. One thing I actually do like about these trucks is the 4-wheel drive too, and I'll talk about that once we get outside. But obviously, if you have a Ford, you know you have to go and lock your hubs. Not anymore in this, and I love that. I can just hit a button and boom, we're all set to go. That is one thing I hate about the Ford trucks is, especially when plowing, you know, you'll be going from plowing where you need traction, and then you have to take the 4-wheel drive off to go down a, you know, a bare street, you know, or main road, and you have to get out of the truck, walk out front, unlock the hubs, take it out of 4-wheel drive, go on your way, get to the next place. If you have to put it back in 4-wheel, do the same thing, lock the hubs. It's a pain. Especially on like our blue truck, the hubs are like, you know, starting to really corrode, and it's a pain. So being able to hit a button, that's how they should be. I don't know if the new Ford trucks are like that, but all of the old ones that we have, you have to manually lock the front hubs to put it in 4-wheel drive, and it's a biggest pain in the butt. So anyways, I'll show you the plow real quick. This is just your standard Fisher controller, same as, you know, every other one I have, all the other trucks. So even though we run straight blades, it's the same controller. So obviously the straight blades are just using the up, down, left, right. With the V-plow here, you got the scoop and the retract and the wings, which are what I'm gonna have to get used to. It shouldn't take me too long, but obviously, you know, we turn it on, lift up. I don't know how much you're gonna be able to see. We'll do wing. I'll get outside and show you guys this. So we can scoop. Here's a little bit of angle, so obviously plow down, lift up. We can do the scoop feature, which let me show you real quick. There's the controller. So this is gonna be huge for doing parking lots. you know, containing the snow a little bit better. You know, we can scoop and kind of contain it. Obviously, one of our plows, we put the little wings on to help with that, but this is going to be huge, you know, doing some of the bigger parking lots that we do. We're going to be doing this truck's going to be doing a lot of driveways. So I like the fact too that I can put it in V mode if there's like a lot of snow that I have to break through. So I'll go back here on the control and show you guys. You know, I can keep it in the V mode just like this, and I can just break through driveways, you know, if there's a lot of snow, and just get it aside. And then obviously the individual wings, being able to move each one of them. Probably should have put the camera on a tripod for this, but whatever. You know, if I want to do one wing at a time. So basically this is going to be equivalent to a straight blade, having them straight essentially. You know what I mean? So you can pretty much run this as a straight blade if you want. It all depends what side, and I can bring that wing a little bit more. So gonna be taking a little bit of getting used to, but again, we'll figure it out. We always do. I'm sure after about an hour of plowing, I'll have this thing mastered. But that's really about it inside here. So outside, the only thing I really want to do on this truck really is just add some sort of lights, so I can, when I'm backing up, I can see. Obviously, if you plow snow, you know you need lights. You can't, you know, you can't just plow without them. So I don't know what I want to do yet. I don't think I want to put a back rack on this truck just yet. That was one option I was thinking, putting a back rack like the other trucks that have the lights up there. On most of our trucks, we have the lights drilled in the corners of the bumper. I don't know if I want to drill into the bumper on this truck. So what I was actually looking at, which I don't know if it's going to work or not, is they make hitch lights, but with the pin and stuff, I don't know if it's going to work. So I got to figure that out over the next couple of weeks, is where I'm going to put a set of lights. And I just need something on, you know, the back just to kind of illuminate, you know, when I'm backing up. Obviously I got the camera, but you know, anyone who knows who plows, you need light. You know, you need to be able to see where you're backing up. And not only does it help backing up, it helps when other people around, you know that you're backing up, they'll see you. That's really about the main thing that I got to do. Basically this truck's going to be the driveway truck, I think. That's kind of my plan. Obviously we'll be doing some of the parking lots with it, but where it has the back and I can put the snow blowers and stuff, I'm going to be doing mostly driveways with this. The other trucks will focus on the commercial stuff, and we'll get into that in another video. The next video, honestly, coming up on the channel, we'll be talking about our snow plan and stuff like that, because we obviously have the new truck this year here, and we have another operator. Well, actually, we have 2 new plow operators, so it's not going to be just me and David this year, which will be nice. I actually have potential of 3 drivers this year, new ones. So obviously all my employees that work for us now, but one plowed a little bit last year. Actually, 2 of them plowed a little bit last year, just trying it out. One has never plowed before. So obviously they'll be mixing, you know, shoveling in the mix too, you know, helping with both. But this is the first winter we're going in with a really good crew. So we did take on a little bit more work, and we'll talk about this in another video. So our plan next week, we're sitting down having a company meeting, and we're basically going to talk about, you know, how we're going to do it. I already have a plan in my head. But I think what we're going to do is give everyone their own set properties, and that's their property to take care of for that whole storm. The only difference this year, which it is what it is, I usually run truck 4 with the plow. They all plows, dumbass. With the salt spreader, the Boss. That's usually been my truck for years. I do a lot of the driveways. I'm fast with them. I can do a driveway in like less than 5 minutes sometimes. So, sorry, this sun is brutal. So that's the only difference this year, is I'm not going to have a salt spreader in this truck. So whoever's running truck 4 is going to have to learn how to salt, which is not a big deal. Anybody can figure that out. My plan is to do most of the driveways that we're doing. We picked up a good amount more, and then obviously help out with the commercial stuff, especially towards the end of the storm to clean up, you know, when we need the skid steer and all that kind of stuff. So, yeah, this is the new truck. So thanks for watching, guys. We'll have some more videos coming up as we get closer to snow season. Like I said, the next 1 or 2, I'm not sure. I got a couple of videos in the works right now, but one of the next videos we'll be talking all about snow plowing and getting prepped. Man, this sun. Sorry, blinding you guys. But we'll go a little more in depth, you know, on the snow operations for this year, run you guys through. If you're new to this channel, you know, obviously we'll talk about it. You know, if you've been an OG follower for a while, you already know everything we do. But we'll run you through all the trucks, show you what we do, kind of go over our philosophy with snow. Because we run kind of a unique setup where, you know, it's a very tight route. We do residential and commercial, and we make pretty damn good money at it for a small operation. You know, we're not anything fancy either. You know, obviously, I think honestly the fanciest thing we have right now is this V-plow. So our skid steer, I guess. You know, but other than that, we keep to all the basic equipment. All of our stuff, you know, is paid off. We don't, you know, try not to run. Well, shouldn't say that now, but before this truck, every single piece of snow equipment we have is paid off. So we try to run a small, lean, you know, money-eating machine, I guess you want to, money-making machine, whatever you want to call it, for snow. I made some videos on that last year on the channel, you know, how we make, you know, good money doing driveways. And I'll kind of go in that more this winter because there's a lot of money in snow if you do it right. Obviously a lot of money to plow though, you know, between the equipment, insurances and all that stuff. And I'm going to get that in the video too because I just got my new insurance premium for this year and my jaw literally hit the ground. Just to plow snow, it went up just an insane amount. And we'll get to that in the next video too when we talk about plowing. I'm basically make a very long video talking all about snow plowing. So I know you guys enjoy that stuff. But anyways, hope you guys enjoyed it. Hope you guys are pumped to see this thing in action. Let me know what you think in the comments, you know, and we're probably gonna get roasted the first storm when this plow is out, and I'm trying to figure it out, but just bear with me. So thanks for watching, guys. See you in the next video.